Well, good morning. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning. It is Thursday, and I am on a solo mission right now. I'm gonna head towards Fontana. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, where we're at, like, I'm not gonna drive the car. Our driveway is pretty rough, and just the area at our house, it's not very trailer friendly and not really unloading friendly. Could be just a bunch of excuses on my part. It is what it is. It's just better for me that I have, everything closer, I guess, to the gap. So I'm currently heading towards the Fontana area to see if I can find a place to park the trailer, and then I want to unload and drive around, go see some friends. I know Tanner's in town with both of his gangster Miatas, so I want to run into him today and kind of show you guys what he's got. Thomas is in town with his Turbo LS Miata. I'll go hang out with him, see my friends. I love Austin and the family to death at the house, but I mean, we're staying together, so I mean, we're gonna hang out on the nights. During the days, I want to be able to see my friends I don't normally see. And then also, I definitely want to take the car for a drive. So partial theory is, if I waste all my fuel driving from the house to there, I don't want to leave this area and go on a gas run. So I mean, what I have with me is all I'm gonna have. So I'd rather waste my gas driving around with friends than waste my gas driving just to get out there, if that makes sense. So I got about an hour till I'm at Fontana, and then it's Miata time. It's turtle time, baby. All right, so I finally got to see my buddy Thomas, and I was driving to Fontana. He was pulled off the side of the road. Luckily, I brought the damn workshop on wheels, and what ended up happening, we basically melted the wire going from the fuel pump hat to the pump. Yeah. So he had the parts to actually have like the big gauge wire going through it, and since I have everything in the trailer, we just fixed it properly. Fortunately, he had everything we need. Yeah. So this
always try to come prepared, especially when you got a project. There's always something going wrong.
Yeah, but you can't, like, no one's gonna drive around with a drill bit. Like, yeah. You can only come as prepared as some things. But so this is Thomas's Turbo LS Miata, and he had picked this up about a couple years ago now.
Yeah, I've had it 3 or 4 years now, I think.
Oh, 3 or 4 years, and he bought it already done. But man, oh man, has he been fighting the previous owner's issues. And this was we actually got his misfire diagnosis done. He had a set of plug wires fail. Yeah. So he's been ripping now, and then that's the only thing that's come up. But I mean, you put a lot of time and miles on this thing.
Yeah, I try to drive as much as I can. I mean, like I said, it's a project. I mean, little things happen here and there, especially when it's someone else's work.
Which wasn't the best.
Yeah, I mean, you come across stuff, and you got to fix it.
And from when he told me, like, I met him at LS Fest last year, finally in person. Seen him on Instagram, we talked back and forth. But I mean, ever since LS Fest, I mean, hell, we play Call of Duty every night. I mean, we're pretty close. We're cool buddies now, and it's finally cool to see this in person. I mean, he has told me what he's gone through and whatnot, but I mean, still, it's cool to see a different variation of an LS turbo, and his turbo is actually front mounted, which I had actually thought about doing something similar when I had my first rendition, but he has to run an oil scavenge pump to pump the oil from the turbo to the oil pan, which could be, it's a little bit of a headache, the setup and whatnot. But I mean, ultimately, it works pretty good.
Yeah, which, I mean, the plan, I've talked to you, of course, the plan is to change everything up this winter. Gonna relocate the turbo. I already got an air-to-water intercooler, so we're gonna get rid of the air-to-air.
Yeah, so this is actually the same intake manifold I have, but he doesn't have the intercooler. So it's kind of cool. This is my first time seeing one in person on how, I mean, okay, I lied, I have mine. But seeing one like together on a running car, that intake is so low, like the fuel rails are almost taller. It's pretty cool. But it's neat to see everything tucked up front in a different way. Like, he still has factory water pump. He's got a low mounted alternator. Like, it's really cool for me to see, because in case I want to change my design. But we're gonna go to McDonald's now. We've been here for, I don't know, an hour and a half, and I was heading to Fontana, and luckily we crossed paths. So we're gonna get some food. We're gonna try to figure out where to park my car, and then we're gonna go cruise these things around a little bit. So yes. Oh wow, we have finally made it. I hope I can park here. If not, we'll have to fix it later. But we finally made it to Fontana Village. I'm gonna be honest, that was probably like the most terrifying drive I've ever taken, that truck and trailer. Just the elevation changes, Trans was getting hot, coolant was getting hot, brakes were fading. Like, that was so sketchy. So now me and Thomas are just going to take the cars and roll over to the parking lot and hang out for a little bit, and then go from there. Alrighty, so I guess there's nothing going on for the Miatas at the Gap meet today. So I'm going to grab a 5-gallon can of fuel to put in the passenger seat, and me and Thomas are just going to go drive around. So I'm going to make sure the fuel's topped off, and then I'm going to make sure I have extra fuel, and then I'm going to grab my laptop because I know it was adding a bunch of fuel just now. So driving time. Alrighty, so we just made it up to Killboy. So I got me, Thomas, another gentleman we found with an LS Miata we're going to go look at in a sec, and then Theo's out here but on his motorbike. So we're chilling here right now. I did just get my Miata versus the Gap sign because I was told to get it. So we got Thomas's car. I'm gonna go check out this one real quick. So he actually passed us yesterday, and I was kind of awkward. I flagged him down just to say hi. So we got another LS Miata on big tires.
Whatever you want to do. So we put the top down and roll on.
I see a fan down there. I don't know what that fan's for. Big radiator. Looks like a...
Because we stop, you know, 3 or 4 times.
Got some speakers.
Stretch your legs and move off a little bit.
This has got to have, like, I got to look at the tires. Those are big tires. Got an Arkansas plate, so we came from far. These are 17s. Some big tires. Older gentlemen, pretty cool though. This is awesome.
You can't go fast in certain places.
Alrighty, I just want to let y'all know that was a 23-minute clip. This is not going to be edited. This is not clipped. We just did the tail of the Dragon with no issues, and I was kind of as far as I could. I mean, I was getting on it. I mean, I didn't really leave anything on the table except, I mean, the tires. I was at the limit of the tires, but I want to show you the dash because I'm not going to edit this. I don't want to clip this. Look at that. 178. I'm sorry. Let's shut off the fan and radio. 178 degree coolant, 174 trans. Not a single issue, and I am so pumped. So we are currently at the end of the Dragon, and I just want to show you the lineup that we had. So my car, obviously, you guys know this turtle, 1,000 horsepower engine. The highest I went trans temp I saw was 190. Coolant temp, the highest I saw was 190 overall. It was mostly sitting in the low 180s for coolant temp. Thomas's buddy, Pone stock 1.6 with an intake. No issues. No issues.
AC works like a champ.
I'm jealous. Thomas said his coolant temp. What did your coolant temp get to?
Huh?
195?
Yeah, 195.
All right, so I did better cooling than him, which I'm super thrilled.
Well, you have an electric water pump. It's cheap.
I have electric water pump.
You're
They're
24.
legit measuring radiators right now.
Okay.
So Thomas had no issues.
And you said yours 26.
Katie, come here real quick. I'm gonna bother you. Can you show him the shirt? I don't want to be awkward about it. But Katie, she knows what's up. She got the turtle merch. Thank you. So Thomas had no issues. We did actually just check what we fixed with the gas tank, and there's no issues, no leaks. And this was actually the homie that I found yesterday. We met yesterday and then hanging out for a little bit. He followed us as well. So we're gonna officially have the world's first miniature LS Miatas at the Gap. No, it's not the first. V8 Roadsters is a big part of this. V8 Miatas at the Gap. But it's so awesome. We're at the tail right now. Literally the tail of the Dragon. And I can't be any more thrilled. I tried driving it hard. It's just the fact that I have, what, 500 tread wear tires in the rear, and I think the fronts are 300 tread wear. I mean, I can't really push the car hard because these tires, but I gotta say, I'm thrilled. Now I have absolutely no worries about this cooling system. I will consider putting a bigger transcooler or a second transcooler on it, but in the regards of cooling, we are finally dialed. And then I did just top off the fuel tank, so it used about 2.5 gallons of fuel, which ain't bad. I'm thrilled. Now I'm excited to see those photos from Killboy. Alrighty, so we're doing like a little Miata photo shoot. My friend Ivy, she's up from the Maryland area, I think Baltimore. She's got like the Sailor Moon wrap. She's standing on her wing over there. But she asked me, she's like, you want to go to the dam, take pictures? And of course I do. So we are at Fontana Dam right now. Big old power plant. But it's very beautiful here. I had the drone up. Apparently you're not allowed to have drones here. So I can't really post that video on internet. That's just like for personal. But I just realized so I've already come across 2 issues. One, I think the header is getting the steering shaft so hot, it's binding like really bad. Like I'm fighting steering really bad. And then I also noticed on both front wheels, lost the center cap. And you can tell there's a lot of brake dust. I mean, I've been going hard pretty much the whole day. But other than that, I went through 5 gallons of fuel so far. I don't have a single complaint yet, besides the steering. The steering's a big pain. But honestly, I mean, being able to just cruise around and actually do photos and do mountain things, I'm extremely happy. That's beautiful. That's like, I don't know, high 70s for temperature. The sun is starting to go down, so it's probably going to be time to go back soon, but I'm thrilled. Day 1 of actually driving has been a success. But I do got to go find Thomas again. I left him behind, unfortunately. That's the only part that really sucks about the mountains, is we don't get cell signal. Now, Mr. LSX Mac, we're going to do rollers. I'll put his RX-7 here. His RX-7 is cooler than my Miata. turn of pace. As you can see, the car is sitting right there, and we are running to go get the truck and trailer. As I just turned on that loop, the ball joint just broke and the control arm just slammed onto the wheel. So I just met a new friend.
Hi.
He's got a Turbo K. Jesus Christ. A Turbo K Miata.
Yep.
And he's gonna be my my Uber back to the trailer.
Fastest Uber you'll be in.
Definitely the fastest Uber. So we're gonna go hit the vendors real quick to see if anybody's got a ball joint. Or at this point, I'd probably replace both of them. But earlier, I've been fighting an issue with the steering getting really hard. I'm hoping that's what it was. I was thinking that the steering shaft was getting hot on the header. But if it's this and it's a bolt-on part that somebody has, I'll call that a success. So we are currently headed back to Fontana, and he's saving my butt. This is actually the quickest grip car that I've ever sat in. I'm sorry. But this actually pulls how I would want my car to pull, and this actually stops and turns. Oh, this is sick. Alright, well, we're here at Fontana Dam, the scene of the incident. We lifted it up, we hammered the ball joint back in, and it stayed. And it just rolled out again. So basically what we're dealing with is the ball keeps coming out of the actual black base part. And yeah. So we have the control arm zip tied together now. These guys are geniuses. So we can roll it back, and then the soonest I can get a ball joint is like 3 o'clock tomorrow, which I don't care at this point, because if I can get parts, I'm good. And I appreciate these gentlemen for staying with me. I picked up Thomas. I forced him to come.
Why are you filming my bad side?
All right, show me your good side.
What's the good side? They're all bad.
Hey, hurry up.
They're all bad.
Hurry up, I only got like 20
right
more minutes.
Here, right, that's just the face, nothing else.
So we're gonna put the wheel back on and try rolling it, and then I guess I'll show the inside of the wheel.
Round two, boys.
Unfortunately, the control arm dropped on the top of the wheel, so
It just hurts.
yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to buy a spare. Oh, we're gonna try this one more time. All right, so we ended up getting the wheel back on. She's tucked away in the trailer. I got 3% battery. These guys are saints for helping me. Appreciate them. I guess we're gonna fix it tomorrow. See you then.